So this is my first good attempt, hopefully, at what I call easy 10. Let's slow down. I haven't even started the run. Forgot to start my run. It's fine. There's only like a 1/10 of a mile that I missed. I got 6 miles today, so. But this is my first legit attempt at what I'm calling easy 10. It is, how do I put this? Basically, my whole goal is to start doing interviews with people mainly in Kansas, because that's where I'm from. That's kind of what I'm focused on. Maybe someday I'll go bigger. I don't know, I'm not worried about that right now. And they're little 10-minute interviews while running, kind of like what I have going on here. Now, I'm missing a lot of tech and whatnot. That would kind of be important to make it happen. Like I need a better mic. If you're listening to this, you may be able to attest to the audio quality. I'm gonna imagine it's not great, and that's just something I'm gonna work with for a bit. But whole goal is just to get out there and do it right now and get things going. So hoping my footage is smooth. I doubt it will be. My little gimbal camera is trying its hardest, I bet, to keep me from looking like I'm bouncing up and down. But easy 10, like I said, are going to be these interviews where I quite literally just go on a 10-minute easy run with someone, maybe longer. I'm considering doing 10 miles as well. That's kind of like special episodes. But on these runs, I just talk to them, kind of interview them. I don't want something to interview. I want it to be more like a conversation where I can, pick their brains about what they've got going on in running, why they do it, what they do it for, who they do it for. That's a good one. And some other things. Maybe, training tips and whatnot. And I've got some people lined up, sort of. I've got a few people willing to do it. Some of them, I may have to wait a bit. I've got other people I want to do. One person I just added to the list, hadn't even thought about before, was Quentin Wallian, who runs at the University of Kansas. He, I want to say a week and a half ago, went up to a meet in Missouri at Columbia and broke 4 minutes in the mile, which is pretty cool. Because, whoops, camera got me. I remember going to high school meets when I was in high school and seeing him run and race. And he was good in high school. He's definitely one of the better guys in Kansas. And I think he's definitely 14s in the mile in high school, which is great. And then you're gonna kill her 800, like 153, which is insane in high school, I think. At least then, for sure was. That was like, I want to say, kind of right at the beginning of the Nico Young, Newbury Park era. That was like right when high schoolers started getting like crazy good again. So that was fun. Get to see him, or hear that he broke 4. I'm saying to see it. I wasn't in Columbia at that meet, but then I also want to interview just your normal, like, everyday runners as well. People you don't really get to hear about, like my friend Henry. Not to say that he's a bad runner, he's a great runner, but he bounced around from a few colleges, couldn't really land on one to run at. Now he's doing online classes at JCCC, training for a 50 miler. Like, that's crazy. I mean, good for him. So love to get to talk to him on an Easy 10. He may actually be my first episode. Kind of go through and interview him on how his training, his mindset, his goals for his big race. But I also don't want whatever I end up posting this on, I don't want it to be solely Easy 10. Maybe someday it will be. Maybe someday Easy 10 will have its own channel. But right now, I want to kind of... Alright, so the last, I want to say 7 minutes of the footage that I got was not working in whatever video editing software I was using. Kept pulling up we're still working on downloading it. And basically, I tried probably 3 or 4 different times and I couldn't get the footage to actually work. So I don't know if it was corrupted or anything. I probably did something wrong when offloading it from the SD card. This is my first time using this camera right here and first time ever offloading any data from an SD card. So it's a new learning experience. But basically, what I went over in the last probably 6 minutes is essentially how this Easy 10 idea, I don't want it to be the only thing that I kind of go over with this, process or channel that I'm, making for. Sorry, my cat's up there, making sure she doesn't fall off. Now that she would, she's very nimble. Anyway, yeah, I want it to be so much more than just Easy 10. I want it to be kind of a whole encompassing circle of all of the things I do with running and all of the plans I have with it. I just recently left the college that I was going to for running to kind of pursue other things that I had more interest in. I no longer felt like I was in the right spot there. So, I want to kind of go into more details about my own racing, my own training, but I don't know if it was included, but I talked about 2 YouTube channels. Actually, no, it was. Yeah. So, yeah, the Friday Night Under the Lights. So I kind of want to get into something like that. I kind of want to start up some races. They might be, look, here's Otto. She's my almost about year and a half old cat. She's a tuxie. She likes to put her butt inside my videos whenever I do any recording for anything. Now she's playing with the license plates I have on my wall. You all right? Hi. Anyway, but yeah, Friday Night Under the Lights. I want to do, start some races like that. I have one that I'm already planning on, and I have some people kind of willing to go in on it. Then I also, like I said before, want to do more storytelling videos. So I really do recommend if you ever, want to find a really cool YouTuber, go look up Bill Miles. He is probably my favorite YouTuber. YouTuber, not YouTuber. He makes some of the best content I've seen. He tells fantastic stories. He's, just some, middle-aged man from Australia who likes to tell random stories from, big things as running a 500-mile race or doing 500-mile or 500 kilometers, 500-kilometer ultra, to things such as, building a chicken coop out of scrap wood that he finds in dumpsters in his own backyard and places. So I kind of want to get into some things like that, especially now that I'm moving into a new house and will, need plenty of things to do this summer whenever I'm not working. So yeah, I have a whole lot I would like to do with this, and I don't want to settle on one thing. I never want to settle on one thing. That was my big problem with college, is I wanted to do 5 different things, and I couldn't do 5 different things and balance running and keeping good grades. I still may go back and do classes next fall, or I guess it'd be this fall. But that's one of the things that I struggled with, is I hate feeling like I'm, forced into a box. I like to spread everywhere. From things such as running to content creation to, starting my own races. I dabble in some writing and poetry every once in a while. There are other things I like to do too. So, yeah, I don't want to settle on one thing. So that's kind of my whole gist with that second half of what supposed to be my first Easy 10 video. So though this does kind of break the format, I'm willing to let things be loose and raw. That's why there's not a whole lot of cuts in the video. Most of the cuts from the initial 6 minutes of footage are just from me spitting on my runs, which I didn't realize I did so much on runs until I started actually, uh, watching the video. It's funny. It's like you can tell too. I'd make like the same like face like right before I do it every time. So yeah, it's really funny. But anyway, yeah, here this is a little catch up on what was supposed to be that next part. And thank you for watching the first episode of Easy 10. Once I get my, so I just bought this kind of, I don't want to say it's like a, what is that called? Like a selfie sticker in a way, but it's kind of like an extender for my camera, so I can hold it up just a little bit higher, kind of kind of more like this. And in the coming weeks, when it's not miserable and snowy out like it is right now in Kansas, I will be doing my first actual Easy 10 with my friend Henry Rokusic. So keep an eye out for that, and thank you.